Hey there, I'm Jenson. Today is Wednesday, July 28th, and a first alert day has been issued for tomorrow because of the threat of severe storms overnight. So, what do we have to look forward to? I don't know, don't ask me. I'm not a meteorologist, but thankfully, I know someone who is. I sat down with our first alert meteorologist, Diane Phillips, to see what the heck is coming up tonight to get you in the loop. So we've got these storms coming in overnight. A first alert day is issued. So I know I have some questions. I'm sure everyone else does too. So first off the bat, what time is all of this hitting our viewing area?
The timing is going to be really important when these thunderstorms roll through. We're anticipating seeing those ahead of sunrise on Thursday morning. So a lot of the action is actually going to happen when you're fast asleep and snoozing, which isn't ideal timing because you don't want strong storms rolling through when you're not awake. So potentially around 2 a.m. to around 7 a.m. is really when we're going to see a lot of the strong to even severe weather potential. We could have a few lingering showers or even some thunderstorms after sunrise, but it's mainly going to be between that 2 and 7 a.m. time frame that we have those strong storms.
So is there a specific area? Is it too early to tell where we'll be hit the hardest?
In a way, it's almost too early to tell, but I think many of us are really going to see impacts in all of our neighborhoods. So I would not say that one person is safe and one person is not, just from the way that this system is going to be moving through. All of us have the potential for seeing the stronger thunderstorms. So this line is actually going to be moving through Southeast Michigan first, and then it's going to be headed right through Northwest Ohio, and then we'll actually see that push on out to our southeast. So it's going to be a pretty quick moving line of thunderstorms. So that is in a sense a good thing, that it will clear out quicker, but it is still going to be packing quite a bit of a punch.
So what do you think is the biggest threat from this line of storms?
Yes, I'm glad you asked that, because the biggest threat, typically when we have thunderstorms, it could be heavy rain or lightning. But in this situation, it's going to be gusty winds. We could even see them causing some damage depending how strong they are. So damaging winds are going to be something that we really need to be mindful of. So I highly encourage today to secure those loose objects like those patio and lawn chairs. Put down your patio umbrella. Of course, if you have like your toys or trampoline, you may want to secure those down or just bring them inside. Even some of those patio plants, you don't want those blowing over and breaking. So if you can just kind of set them up by the house, or maybe even bring them inside if that's possible, I would highly, recommend that.
So we've been getting a lot of rain lately, at least I've noticed, which is great because I haven't had to water my plants. But do you have any idea of how much rain we might get from this storm?
It could really add up in some spots. When the thunderstorms roll through, we're actually going to be on the back end of the system. So we're going to be kind of monitoring them at the tail end of their lifespan, but they're still going to be strong nonetheless, even if they are at the end. And we could potentially see in some of those locations over a half inch, even towards an inch. But the other thing to keep in mind is that they're moving so fast. So when they go by, they may not be able to dump as much rain in that one location. So flooding is still something to keep an eye on and be mindful of, but that's not going to be our biggest threat. But potentially we could still see some of that rain that probably isn't needed in some parts of Northwest Ohio and Southeast Michigan.
And then I guess my big question, the one I see every time and the one I ask every time, is there a threat for tornadoes?
That is always a common question. And with this system itself, there is the threat of tornadoes outside of the state. It's well out of here. So by the time it gets here, again, like I said, it's going to be weakening. So we really won't see much of a tornado threat. There is going to still be some ingredients that are left, but we're really going to just be using a storm system that's kind of starting to wind down for the night. So the tornado risk, it's low, but it's not zero either.
All right. Is there anything else about this storm that you think people should know about, or anything else that you could just explain for all of us?
Yeah, just the one thing that I want to kind of bring up and remind everybody is to download the First Alert Weather app, because if we do have watches and warnings that come through at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, not many folks are up around that time. So if you have these warnings that come through, you may not get the warning. So if you have your sound up on your phone overnight, if you have the location set on the First Alert Weather app, then that'll ding and then you can get those notifications and those should wake you up in the night. So that would be something that I would recommend is downloading that app if you don't already have it, and then making sure that you're set up and ready to go if we do have those watches and warnings that don't come through at a great time of day. So they're going to be potentially a really important part of keeping you and your family safe tonight.
And if you'd like to download our First Alert Weather app, I have that link ready for you in the description of this video. But that's all I have for you today. If you liked this video, hit that like button and of course subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Jenson and now you're in the loop.